I remember my first trip to China in 1979. It was a very different country than it is today. I visited Shanghai, and at that time you could walk down the middle of the streets in Shanghai, and vehicles would come along only so often. People were on foot, many people were on bicycles. It was a much simpler country. People didn't have telephones. You couldn't see Western products in any markets. It was a very, very different country. And what the Chinese people have accomplished in the 39 years since reform began in 1979 is truly remarkable. I think in general that China's ambition is something that one has to stand back and admire. I think it's a tribute to the strength of Chinese culture, the educational system of China, the work ethic and creativity of the Chinese people. If you have economic incentives, if you let people respond and they're able to keep what they make and they're able to benefit from being more productive, and you unleash that human energy, great things can happen. It created an avalanche of progress, and one kind of progress built on another. Because China was richer, more people were able to study abroad. Because more people were able to study abroad, China knew more and it became richer. Because there was more wealth, there was more investment, and because there was more investment, there was more wealth. And so in so many ways, there were these virtuous circles that enabled China to grow rapidly. I followed the One Belt, One Road initiative very carefully since its inception. I have a regret that the United States is not part of the AIIB, the Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank. And I think that this is potentially something that is profoundly important because of the connectivity that it is going to bring. The route from Europe to Asia and from Asia back to Europe is historically one of the great trade routes of mankind, but it has lagged behind in recent decades, and I think there's enormous potential in the work that China is doing to strengthen it. And so I think that China is going to be a major contributor in the years ahead to the global development effort. It is not a plausible aspiration for the United States to hold China down, but it is a plausible aspiration for the United States to pick itself up. I think in relationships between nations, as in relationships between people, the projection of mutual respect is immensely important. And I think that part of the projection of mutual respect is focusing on areas of joint interest, not simply differences in view. I think China has earned a role in the international system that's incomparably different than the role it had when I came to China first in 1979 and saw those empty streets in Shanghai. If China is able to define its greatness through cooperation, that it can make a remarkable positive difference for humanity in the century to come.